All right, so welcome back. Welcome to today's DLR session, guys. So today the agenda for the classes, we are going to start with the Venn diagram. So we'll try to understand the basics of Venn diagram, and then we will try to solve some questions on the same concepts. Right. So we'll start with the basics, and then we will try to solve some uh, basic level questions, and then some moderate to medium level questions as well. Okay. So this is the agenda for today. Okay, so we are going to हाँ कर सकते हैं बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ना ऑलराइट so yeah so I mean before that I have also I mean we did not get enough time to discuss the solution to this question. How many of you have solved it? I mean कितने लोगों ने क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किया that okay spider chart yeah so we will discuss that map ठीक है टेबल अप्रोच से किया नो वरीज ठीक है but I think not very few people have done it. What about the rest बाकी लोग do you guys want to solve this right? I mean maybe थोड़ा हम लोग जो अभी बार चार्ट और स्पाइडर चार्ट और स्कैटर प्लॉट कल जो कर रहे थे वहां से कंटिन्यूएशन हो जाएगा एंड देन मे बी वी कैन मूव ऑन टू वेन डायग्राम. व्हाट डू यू गाइस से क्या करना है? डन ओके मतलब क्वेश्चन करना है या नहीं करना है कंटिन्यू करना है ओके ऑलराइट ठीक है ऑलराइट सो लेट्स सॉल्व दिस ओके सो लेट्स कीप हाउ मेनी टाइम व्हाट इज द टाइम यू गाइस रिक्वायर फॉर दिस 3 मिनट 3 मिनट काफी होगा 5 मिनट ओके ठीक है सो लेट्स कीप 4 मिनट्स ठीक है तुम लोग 5 वाले 4 पे पुश करो ठीक है ठीक है 5 ओके अक्षत इज सेइंग हाउ टू रीड इट ठीक है तो एक काम करते हैं पहले ग्राफ समझ लेते हैं एंड देन मे बी आई कैन गिव यू सम टाइम टू सॉल्व ठीक है तो टाइम कम हो जाएगा उस केस में ठीक है राइट ओके ओके so if you look at this graph right you can see numbers written on it right so for example let's say you can take one of the criteria or the aspects as reliability ठीक है अगर क्वेश्चन पढ़ोगे तो यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है कि 5 वेंडर्स को इवेल्युएट किया गया है ऑन 6 डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स व्हिच इज कॉस्ट रिलायबिलिटी रीच क्वालिटी फीचर्स एंड कस्टमर सर्विस सो और ये डायग्राम अगर these are the representation of each of these vendors so for example let's say if you talk about vendor let's say 4 okay let's talk about vendor 4 so vendor 4 has got 90 a score of 90 in features right in quality it is this is 10 20 30 so this will be 40 right so in quality 40 right similarly here if you see that it has crossed 40 but within 50 so 45 right 20 30 के बीच में है so this will be somewhere around 26 27 types दिख रहा है ठीक है and then cost so this is between 60 and 70 right so 60 and 70 60 63 64 लग रहा है ठीक है so I hope you guys have understood कि किसको ठीक है आई होप कि कैसे कैसे इसको रीड करना है आई होप सबको समझ में आ गया ठीक है ओनली वन क्वेश्चन ओके सो let's keep so now if you guys have understood any questions with the graph any questions okay okay ये मैंने क्वेश्चन दिया ओके सो नाउ let's keep 3 minutes to solve this one and I'll zoom in zoom करने में क्वेश्चन चला जाएगा okay just give me ठीक है now this is fine Okay, so let's just keep 3 minutes. So right now it is 9:18. A little bit more करूंगा तो बाहर चला जाएगा मुझे. चलो ठीक है, मैं करता हूँ. ठीक है. ठीक है, so right now it is 9:18. Let's come back at 9:20. ठीक है, तब तक सॉल्व करो. क्वेश्चन क्या है, मतलब ये स्क्रीन पर आपके क्वेश्चन ही लिखा होगा. ये रहा क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. है ना. All right, welcome back, everyone. So, all right, so I can see a lot of you have answered. ठीक है, चलो बढ़िया है. Customer service and reliability पे debate चल रहा है. Okay, okay. So I hope. वाह, बहुत बढ़िया है यार. सुदोष is saying कि सॉल्व करके मीम भी देख लिया है. बहुत बढ़िया. चलो ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. ठीक है. ठीक है. सो आई होप द क्वेश्चन द डेटा इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन, राइट. सो कैसे डेटा को रीड करना है तो समझ में आ गया होगा, राइट. सो वंस यू हैव read understood the data, right? So this will look like this, right? So for example, let's say if I only talk about customer service, these are the scores, right? And then reliability, these are the scores for different vendors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cost and quality, right? So the question is, on which aspect is the median score of the 5 vendors least, right? So median सबका निकालना है, and then we'll have to compare, right? So now, customer service, reliability, quality, and what was the other cost? Okay. So इसमें what is the mean? Sorry, median. Third, so there are 5 numbers, so that means the middle one should be the median, right? So ascending order में अगर arrange कर लें, so 60, then 71, 76, oh, 76. Similarly, if you look at customer service, so 28, 40, then 50 should be the median. In reliability, if you see that the smallest number is 26, 40, and then 52. So this is the median. And quality, smallest number is 40, then 49, then 61, right? So smallest is your customer service. Smallest is your customer service, right? Clear? So the answer to this question is customer service, please. है ना? Customer service. Clear? Any doubts? Okay, okay. So let's start with Venn diagram. Okay. Okay. So in order to solve Venn diagram, these are very important symbols or set operations, right? That you need to understand. Okay. So for example, when we say that A is a subset of B, right? So that means, so let's say if you draw 2 sets, right? A and B, right? With some common elements. Let's say this is A, this is B, right? So here, since this A has some parts out of B, right? So this cannot be the subset, right? And when we say subset, that means A is contained within B, right? So let's say this is B, A is a smaller part of B, right? Then we call it as a subset, right? So this is subset. Clear, guys? Subset क्या होता है? Subset clear है? ठीक है. A is a subset of B. B के अंदर में है A, ठीक है? So B is a bigger set, and then उसके अंदर बहुत सारे subsets, ठीक है? So A is one of the subset, ठीक है? Now let's when we talk about A union B, right? So let's suppose that this is the situation. Okay, so case of we can talk about that question later, but focus here, right? So let's understand these facts first, and then maybe we can again discuss that question. Okay. Okay. So let's say if we talk about A union B, right? So when we say A union B, all the area within this, right, the entire boundary, right? So this is called as A union B. For example, let's say this area is A, this is B, and let's say this is C. The common area, let's say, is called as C, right? So when we say that A union B, it it is equal to, so this A union B is equal to A plus B plus C, right? Right, A plus B plus C. क्लियर है? A यूनियन B कौन सा एरिया है? समझ में आ गया सब? All of this area, right? Now, if we talk about A intersection B, right? A intersection B is the common area between A and B. So this C is basically A intersection B. Clear? यहाँ तक समझा सब? अभी तो सब कुछ किया नहीं हमने, मेजर डिस्कस, ठीक है, बहुत ही बढ़िया. Now, A complementary or A asterisk, right? So basically anything which is not A, right? Anything which is not A. ठीक है. So anything which is not A. So for example, let's say there is a universal set, right? एक universal set है, right? And then there is A, right? This is A, for example. So all the other area is A asterisk, right? All the other area is A asterisk, right? Clear? B. So no, not exactly B, because let's say if A and B is within a bigger subset, right? And let's say if this is nil, let's say for example, let's say this area is 0, right? Then A not is equal to B, and not B, B minus C. So basically this small b, right? Clear? Yeah, so basically A asterisk is universal set minus that set. For example, अगर ये पूरा बड़ा यूनिवर्स है, इसमें सारे एलिमेंट्स आ चुके हैं. नहीं बी, अरे आता हूँ मैं भी, पहले इस पे समझ, पहले यहाँ समझ, ठीक है. If this is a universal set, उसके अंदर एक set है which is called as A. Anything which is outside A is called as A asterisk. Okay, clear? Is this clear? ठीक है. Now let's come to this example. Okay, let's come to this example. Okay, so we will have some. This is clear, right? Any doubt still here? Achha, not clear. Okay. So I'll repeat again. Achha, try to focus. Okay. So we have created a universal set, right? Let's call it as U. Everything is within this set. Okay. Now within this universe, there is one more set which is A, right? Which is A. So anything which is not A is A asterisk or A complement of A, right? So A asterisk in this case will be universe minus A, right? Clear? Universe minus A. Clear? B पर आते हैं, पहले यहाँ पर बताओ यार, यहाँ तक क्लियर है? ये वाला पॉइंट क्लियर है? ठीक है. Now let's come to this example. Okay, let's now come to this example. So if you look at here, right? So for example, let's say this is the universe. Okay, we have some. So for example, let's say A are those people who play football. Okay, and B is those who play cricket. ठीक है. A वाले फुटबॉल खेलते हैं, B वाले क्रिकेट खेलते हैं. ठीक है. And जो common area है, they play both. Okay. So when we say what is, so for example, let's say there are 50 people who play football, and let's say there are 40 who play cricket. Okay. And in total, let's say there are 100 people that we are talking about. Okay. So that means there will be 10 people, right? 10 people will be there who will not be watching anything. I mean more than 10 also possible, right? More than 10 is also possible. But let's say if we are talking about, let's say 60 people or 70 people, right? And then there is 0, right? There is no one who is watching anything other than football and cricket, right? So let's say if this area is 0, if this area is 0, okay, if this area is 0, that means anything which is not A will be B plus C minus, so basically small b. I'll use a separate slide. ठीक है, let's go to the next slide and find some area and then we can discuss that here. ठीक है, ओके, चलो ठीक है, अभी इसको वापस से डिस्कस करते हैं। ठीक है, कलर चेंज करता हूँ। ठीक है, तो वो वाला पार्ट क्लियर है, पहले ये वाला पार्ट क्लियर है सबको, ये वाला पार्ट क्लियर है कि दिस इज ए, दिस इज यूनिवर्स, so universe minus a is your a complement or a asterisk, right? This is clear? Clear? बहुत बढ़िया, चलो फिर इसमें आते हैं। सो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ए, ए जो फुटबॉल फॉलो कर रहे हैं या फुटबॉल खेल रहे हैं, एंड बी जो क्रिकेट क्रिकेट खेलते हैं। बट इन दोनों स्पोर्ट्स के अलावा भी बहुत सारे स्पोर्ट्स हैं, राइट? इन दोनों स्पोर्ट्स के अलावा भी बहुत सारे स्पोर्ट्स हैं, तो हो सकता है कुछ लोग और भी कुछ स्पोर्ट्स खेलते हों, राइट? तो बट फॉर एग्जाम्पल लेट्स से इफ यू आर एज्यूमिंग that there is a hypothetical universe जहाँ पे कि these are the only two sports possible, so that means there is zero outside, there is zero outside. Clear guys, is this clear? Right, there is no possibility of playing any other sport apart from football and cricket, so that means there are zero people who's playing anything else, right? So in this case, and let's say this is a, this is small b, and this is c, right? So when I say a asterisk in this case, right, what should be the answer? So again, this is also u minus a, right? A asterisk is u minus a, right? So u is how much? So if you talk about u is basically the union of a and b, because outside there is zero, right? Universe is basically the union of a and b. Yes, no, any doubts? Right? So a union b का हमने लिखा था यहाँ पे वैल्यू, a union b का वैल्यू यहाँ पर लिखा था हमने a plus b plus c, right? a plus b plus c, right? a union b का मतलब, so that means universe is equal to a plus b plus c here, right? This is equal to universe. Now we'll subtract a from this, we'll subtract a from this. So a is a plus c, the big a is basically a plus c, so we'll subtract a and c from here, so you'll be left with what? You'll be left with small b. So basically this is the area, right? Because since this is zero, this is the only area which is not a. Clear now? Clear now? Understood? ठीक है, ठीक है, समझा? आगे बढ़ते हैं, आगे बढ़ते हैं। ठीक है, हाँ तो सी तो है ही ना, तो सी कहाँ आया है? इसलिए तो आंसर बी आया है। सी में ए है ना, बी में ए तो नहीं, इसमें ए नहीं। The question is what is not A, right? What is not A? So basically, if you look at this diagram, what is not A? B plus 0. B plus 0 is not A, right? Correct, correct. So for example, let's say if you say that there is one more sport, let's say if there is one more sport and let's say 10 people are following that sport, right? So what is not A? So not A will be B plus 10, right? अंडरस्टूड? आई थिंक इतना डिस्कशन काफी है नॉट ए के लिए, नॉट ए समझने में इतना टाइम नहीं लगना चाहिए, है ना? ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं, आगे बढ़ते हैं। सो व्हाट इज नेक्स्ट? सो नेक्स्ट इज a माइनस बी, राइट? a माइनस बी नेक्स्ट पेज पर ही आते हैं, ठीक है? सो इफ यू टॉक अबाउट a minus b, that means all the things which is only a, right? All the things which is only a, right? A minus b. So whatever part of b is there in a, you will subtract it, right? So you'll be left with only a, right? You'll be left with only a. Understood? Is this clear? No, not clear. Okay, so I'll explain. ठीक है, a को क्या लिखेंगे यहाँ पर? a plus c, right? Your a is equal to a plus c, yes? Yes. Now from this, right? So you have A, right? You have A, and then you have to subtract the B which is there in A, right? Subtract the B which is there in A, right? So that means this area, this area which is common in both A and B, you'll subtract this area from A. Yes, you'll subtract this area, right? So that means you'll subtract C. You'll subtract C, right? No, you can. I mean, B obviously is B plus C, but you can only subtract. So, for example, let's say if I say that, tell me the number of people who only play football, right? Who only play football. Okay, player who only play football. So you'll have to subtract these people who are playing cricket as well, right? You'll have to subtract those players who are playing cricket as well, right? Because you're only talking about only football, right? Only football. So this is the case of only football when you have to subtract the common area of B from A. Right? So this you'll be left with only A. Clear? Clear? Okay. Now the last one, if you look at this, so this is called a symmetric difference. Okay. So either belong to A, either to B, but not both. Okay. Okay. So so let's say if you draw two sets, okay, one is A, the other is B, right? So either belong to A or B, but not. So here it is not. So if we are talking about this area, so we are talking about this and this. Here, only A and only B. Here, here, sure, brilliant, brilliant. So now if this is clear, okay, this is clear. Let's also understand this. अभी तक समझा सबको? आई थिंक ब्लू इंक काम कर रहा है, उसके पहले रेड इंक में नहीं समझ आ रहा था. रेड से डेंजर हो जा रहा है. ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. So let's try to understand this. So we have already understood this from one of the examples from previous one. So let's also understand it. Okay, again. So thoda और clear हो जाए. So because here the number is now getting mentioned, right? So earlier we were talking about only the symbols. Now the number is present, right? So basically it is saying that whatever number is there within this area, basically you have to talk about that. Okay. So A and B, right? So again, let's say that this is football and this is cricket. Okay, 50-40, वापस से. ठीक है. So if I talk about this, let's say this is A, this is B, this is C. So A union B, we have already seen all the area within A and B, right? But not repeated twice, right? Not repeated twice. क्योंकि पूरा हम लोग एरिया देख रहे हैं, तो ये पूरा जो बड़ा वाला एरिया है, let's again change the area. ठीक है. So ये पूरे बाउंड्री के अंदर whatever area is present, ठीक है, is your A union B, correct? Right? So when you say that A, right, A includes A plus C, and when you say B, B also includes B plus C, right? A plus C plus B plus C, right? So if you have added these two, you have A plus B plus 2 times C, right? You have 2 times C, but you need only 1 time C because you don't have to repeat. You are talking about only union, right? So that means you'll have to subtract the common area once. You'll have to subtract the common area once, right? In A intersection B, will be nothing but C, right? Small c. ये common वाले area के बारे में बात कर रहा है, right? So this is C. You'll have to subtract C from there. You'll get A plus B plus C. Clear? Clear? A and A union B. ठीक है? Now you can extend the same concept to understand for three segment diagram. ठीक है? So same concept का आगे further extend कर दिया है. ठीक है? Now if you look at three segment diagram, ठीक है? Two sets समझ में आ गया सबको? Do you guys want to solve some questions on two sets and then come to three sets? Yes? ठीक है, चलो. So let's do some questions on two sets first, and then let's come back on three segment diagram. चलो बढ़िया. So this is your question number one. Okay, this is your question number one. Let's keep 2 minutes. I think अभी समझा है, अभी फ्रेश है, बिल्कुल ताजा है, तो जल्दी सॉल्व होना चाहिए. ठीक है, तो स्टिल चलो 9:44 हो रहा है. लेट्स कम बैक एट 9:46 या 9:47. चलो 3 मिनट का टाइम कि 9:46 क्योंकि 45 हो ही गया है, तो 47 तक टाइम रखते हैं. लेट्स कम बैक एट 10:47. ओके, 45 मिनट्स चाहिए या 45 हो गया बोल रहे हैं? आंसर बता रहे हो क्या, पता नहीं. चलो ठीक है, लेट्स कम बैक 10:47. ऑलराइट, वेलकम बैक एवरीवन. तो आई कैन सी काफी लोगों ने कर लिया है, एंड दिस वाज अ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, ठीक है, सबको सबको आ गया इसमें आंसर. ठीक है, सबको आ गया इसमें. क्लियर टू एवरीवन? क्लियर टू एवरीवन? let's use our doing. ठीक है, अगेन. सो इफ ए एंड बी आर टू सेट्स, ठीक है, बहुत आसान सा सवाल है, जल्दी से करके आगे बढ़ जाएंगे. ठीक है, तो जिसने नहीं किया है, लेट्स फोकस. ठीक है, सो ए इज 24. You have A which is 24, right? Total number of elements in A is 24 and number of elements in B is 22. Okay, so B is 22 and number of elements in both A and B is 8, right? So this is 8. If this is 8, this will be how much? This will be how much? This will be 16 because total is 24. If this total is 22, how much will be this? 22 minus 8, 14, right? 14. नाउ पहले वाला क्वेश्चन है एन ए यूनियन बी। ए यूनियन बी में क्या होता है, ये तीनों को ऐड कर लेते हैं, राइट, ए प्लस बी प्लस सी। तो 16 प्लस 40 इज 30 प्लस 8 इज 38। क्लियर? 38। when we say n a minus b, that means we are talking about only a, right? We are talking about only a. Only a is 16, and then only b is 14, right? So very easy question. Let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next question. Now let's again take 2 minutes. ठीक है, 2 मिनट रखते हैं इसके लिए भी। 2 मिनट वैसे ज्यादा है, और इसमें क्वेश्चन भी ज्यादा है। ठीक है, तो 2 मिनट में सॉल्व करो इसको। राइट नाउ इट इज 9:49। लेट्स कम बैक एट 9:51। ठीक है, तो समनिंग jutsu काम कर गया है गाइस। ठीक है, तो आई एम बैक। ठीक है, तो ठीक है, सो सो आई होप दिस इज क्लियर टू एवरीवन। सबको, सबने सॉल्व कर लिया, राइट? ओके, ठीक है, तो जल्दी से देख लेते हैं, एक बार जल्दी से देख लेते हैं। इजी तो है। इन अ कॉलेज 200 स्टूडेंट्स आर रैंडमली सेलेक्टेड। ठीक है, 200 स्टूडेंट्स, सो यूनिवर्स इज 200, राइट? So this question is basically a good example for you all to understand what exactly the universe means, right? So for example, let's say we are talking about college, and within that college 200 students are selected. So we are talking about only 200 students now. So universe is having 200 students, right? So 140 like T। ठीक है, so इसके अंदर टी पसंद करते हैं कुछ लोग, एंड कुछ लोग कॉफी करते हैं। ठीक है, तो टी एंड कॉफी, टी कितने लोग करते हैं? 140, and coffee is 120, right? And 80 like both tea and coffee, right? 80 likes both. ठीक है, तो ये 80 अगर दोनों में है, right? And so that means although this has not been mentioned कि none वाले कितने हैं, since you don't have any other option mentioned, right? लिखा है क्या? अभी क्वेश्चन में नहीं लिखा, राइट? ठीक है, ठीक है. So maybe we'll have to find, right? So if you look at question number 3, neither tea nor coffee, right? So that means यहाँ पे जो number है, this also you'll have to find out. ठीक है, in question number 3, right? So let's say you know that this number is 140, this is 80, that means this will be 60, right? This will be 60. Only tea wale will be 60. Now, how this will be 40 because total is 120. Total is 120, right? Now let's see questions. So how many students like only tea? Only tea is this many, so 60, right? How many students like only coffee? Only coffee is this area, right? So 40. Now, how many students like neither tea nor coffee, right? So now you know the size of universe is 200 students, right? But here, if you see T union C, right? T union C करने के बाद भी there are something which is left, right? So because T union C is how much? 60 plus 80 plus 40, right? So 140 plus 40, 180. But your universe is 200. That means there will be 20 people who are not drinking neither tea nor coffee, right? So they are not drinking any of these beverages, right? So these are the 20 people that we have to talk about. So this answer is 20, right? Answer is 20. Here, this n is equal to universe minus T union C, right? T union C. So universe is 200 and T union C is 180, 20. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. How many students like only tea, only one of tea or coffee, right? So 60 plus 40, one of these, right? 60 plus 40, 100. And then how many students like at least one of the beverages? At least one पूछा है. At least one का क्या मतलब है? 1 plus 2, right? जो एक पसंद कर रहे हैं, जो दोनों पसंद कर रहे हैं, दोनों आ जाएंगे, right? At least 2 का मतलब, at least 1 का मतलब, right? So that is basically your union. That is basically your union, right? ठीक है, so this again, ठीक है, clear है? ये अनुपम कॉफी विद करण में आ गया. चाय पसंद है, कॉफी, ठीक है. तो कॉफी कॉफी नहीं, मेरे को तो भाई आई एम पर्सन, ठीक है. सो टू सेट समझ में आ गया सबको? टू सेट क्लियर है? टू सेट क्लियर है? If two set is clear, maybe we can go again back to understanding three set, and then we can do some question. ठीक, although time हो गया है, जल्दी से एक बार थ्री सेट वेन डायग्राम समझते हैं, एक क्वेश्चन करते हैं, ठीक है? चलेगा? चलो, ओके. सो नाउ अगेन लेट्स कम बैक एट थ्री सेट, ठीक है? तो टू सेट समझ में आ गया है, थ्री सेट पे आ जाते हैं, ठीक है? ए बी एंड नाउ दिस इज अ थर्ड सेट which is C, right? Three set Venn diagram, A, B and C, right? So let's say this is A, this is B, this is C, D, E, F, and let's call it as G. Okay, let's call it as G. Okay, so let's say when you write A union B union C in this case, right? A union B union C, right? A union B union C. That means you have to talk about all the elements which is present in combining all of these, right? A union B union C. So if you talk about A, if you talk about A is having A plus E plus F plus G, right? This is your A, right? This is your J. This is your A, right? and you are talking about the union, right? So you don't have to count it twice or thrice, correct? So that means apart from this, if you add B plus F plus C, you'll get A union B union C, right? If you add anything which is outside A, right? So sorry, so this is D, so this is D, this is D. ठीक है, D है, D है, D, D. ठीक है. So if you add B plus F plus C on this, you'll get the union of A, B and C. हो जाएगा. So let's add B plus F plus. ठीक है. So if you add all of this, you'll get this one. Correct? Clear है ये चीज सबको? Clear है ये चीज? ठीक है, ठीक है. तो अच्छा नहीं क्लियर है क्यों? A यूनियन B यूनियन C का क्या मतलब है? A यूनियन B यूनियन C का मतलब ये है कि इस पूरे बाउंड्री के अंदर whatever is present, you have to count that. ठीक है. So let's say if you have already counted this one area, you don't have to count it again when you are counting B, because you are talking about A union B union C, so the common area in this, right? So if you have already included this, right, this is basically A, this is basically A, we are talking about this area. ठीक है, ये area complete हो गया है. So what is left? What is left? This is left, this is left, and this is left, correct? These three are left. So that's why we have added B plus F plus C. Clear है? B plus F plus C क्यों add किया? Clear? When we are talking about A union B unions. आया समझ? ठीक है. अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं. अभी देखते हैं ये क्या लिखा है. ठीक है, ये क्या लिखा है? It is written that NA plus NB plus NC. ठीक है. But let's say if you have added NA plus NB plus NC, क्या क्या आता है उस केस में? उस केस में आता है A plus E plus D plus G, right? Plus you are adding B, so that means B plus F plus E plus G, and then you'll have to add C again. So C plus D plus F plus G, right? So this is your A plus B plus C. This is your A plus B plus C, right? So इसको कैसे लिख सकते हैं? Let's say this is A plus B plus C plus E is twice, D is twice, right? Then F is twice and G is thrice, right? G is 3 times. So 2 times your E plus D plus G, right? Plus 3 times G, correct? Correct? Clear है यहाँ तक? ओ सो सॉरी, E plus D plus F. हाँ सही बात. टाइप ठीक है. E plus D plus F plus 3 times C. Clear है चीज? ये चीज क्लियर है? ठीक है. So we have added this, we have got this, right? But we want to create this one, right? So for example, let's say if we want to come to union number, so we'll have to subtract some things, right? Because you have 2 times of this, you have 3 times of this, right? So let's just try to subtract these numbers and let's see what number are we arriving at. Okay, so NA union B, right? So this is basically the common area between A and B. What is the common area between A and B? Common area between A and B. What is the common area? E and G, right? So E and G. So you'll have to subtract E plus G from here, right? B C का common क्या area है? B और C का common area क्या है? F plus G, right? F plus G subtract करेंगे. And then C and A में common area क्या है? What is the common area in C and A? D plus G, right? So D plus G भी subtract कर देंगे. So now if you subtract these numbers, right? So E, if you see that, you'll have to subtract once. So then G also, no, not G, F you'll have to subtract once, and D you have to subtract once, right? So this 2 will become 1 in that case, right? एक subtract हो गया, राइट, एक एक सब्ट्रैक्ट हो गया। एंड हियर इफ यू सी that it was 3g here and 3g is negative, that means this will become 0, this will become 0, right? This will become 0, right? You have 3g in negative, 3g in positive, right? G is 1, so you have a plus b plus c plus d plus e plus f, right? But when you are talking about union, this area has still not been counted in this, right? So that is why you'll have to add the common between all the three, right? The common between all the three is G, this area, right? So once you add the common area, you'll get the entire. Okay, A union B union C मिल गया. So basically जो ये था वहीं पर आ गए हम लोग यहाँ, correct? So these two are common now. Clear? Reset. Clear? देखो ये सब तो मतलब करना is easy. Basically understanding this diagram is important. ठीक है, अगर डायग्राम समझ में आ गया कि स्मॉल ए स्मॉल बी ये सब अगर, तो फिर कोई चैलेंज नहीं, राइट? सो फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई से ओनली ए, तो you will have to talk about this one, this small, right? If I say all of A, right? All of A is how much? All of A is how much? All of A is A plus D plus G plus E, correct? If I say A intersection B, A और B का जो common area है basically E plus G, right? तो दिस इज हाउ यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द वेन डायग्राम, ठीक है? ये समझ में आ गया तो जल्दी से एक सवाल पे चलते हैं, ठीक है? ऑलराइट, सो लेट्स सॉल्व दिस, लेट्स कीप 2 मिनट्स, ठीक है? 2 मिनट रखते हैं स्किप, एंड देन मे बी वी कैन कम बैक एंड अंडरस्टैंड दैट वी कैन कंक्लूड, ठीक है? चलो लेट्स कम बैक एट 10:07. ऑलराइट, वेलकम बैक एवरीवन, ठीक है? सो जल्दी से इस क्वेश्चन को देखते हैं, ठीक है. In a survey among 140 students, 60 likes to play video games. Okay. So there is video games. Okay. 60 people likes to play video games. Okay. Then and your universe is 140. Okay. Basically 140 students. 60 plays video games. 70 likes to play indoor games. So indoor games, 70 people. And 75 likes to play outdoor games. So there is one more game which is outdoors. Okay. Outdoor, yes, 70 men. Okay. 30 likes to play indoor and outdoor. Okay. Indoor and outdoor, 30 likes to play. So, right, we are talking about this region. We are talking about indoor and outdoor, the common area between indoor and outdoor. So, this entire area we are talking about, right? So, let's say if we assume that this number is X, right? If this is X, this will be how much? 30 minus X, right? 30 minus X. This total area is 30, guys. Total area is 30. तो अगर ये X है तो ये 30 minus X होगा, है ना? ठीक है. Now let's move ahead. ठीक है. 18 likes to play video game and outdoor games. 18 likes to play video games and outdoor games. So if let's say this is X, so this will be 18 minus X, है ना? हाँ दिया है, I know, दे दिया है. So लास्ट में पता चलेगा मेरे को कि this X is nothing but 8. ठीक है, अभी तक मेरे को नहीं मिला. ठीक है, मेरे को लास्ट में पता चलेगा, मेरे लिए सरप्राइज है. ठीक है, तो 18 likes to play. So I'm just talking about that in some scenarios that you can have a question wherein you don't know the middle number and maybe you'll have to use some constraints to find out the common area, right? ठीक है, तो ठीक है, तो ऐसे बढ़ते हैं. हालांकि ये इजी सवाल है तो यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. ठीक है, तो now let's talk about this area. 42 play video games and indoor games. So video games and indoor games, you have 42. So this is X, so this will be 42 minus X, right? And finally, the number 8 likes to play all times. So this X is equal to 8. If this is 8, this will be how much? Right? This is 8. So this will be 10. This will be 22. This will be 34. Right? ठीक है. So अभी सारा नंबर हम लोग कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. अभी सारा नंबर कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. If this is 8, this is 18, and this is 34, कितना हो जाएगा? 54, 42 times 52 हो जा रहा है. 52 यही हो गया है. That means this should be 8. If this total is 60, this should be 8, right? This is 30 plus 10, 40. So that means this should be 35. This should be 35, yes. Now this is 42 plus 22. So 64, 64. So that means this should be 6. This should be 6, right? ठीक है, तो अभी आ जाते हैं सवाल के ऊपर. ठीक है, सवाल के ऊपर आते हैं. Students who play only outdoor games. So 35 students only play only outdoor games. Right? Students who play video games and indoor games. So video games and indoor games. So this area 42, but not outdoor. So you'll have to subtract this 8. So that means 42 minus 8, right? So 34. ठीक है, so दोनों क्वेश्चन का आंसर 35, 34. क्लियर है सब? क्लियर है? Now tell me what is the number of people who don't play any of these sports? What is this number? What is n? बताओ क्या है? सेकंड का फिर से सेकंड में बोल रहा है कि वीडियो गेम और इंडोर गेम खेलते हैं बट आउटडोर गेम नहीं खेलते हैं। तो वीडियो गेम और इंडोर गेम इज दिस एरिया, राइट। इसमें से आउटडोर गेम वाले हटा देना है, ठीक है। 42 में से 8 माइनस करना है, ठीक है। नाउ let's try to find what exactly is n here, right? So you see that this is already 75, this is 75, right? And apart from this, there is 8, there is 6, there is 34. That means 48 is still there. So 75 plus 48, right? So this union of v plus o plus I, union of VOI is your this number, right? This number. So basically this is 123, right? This is 123. And the size of the universe is 140. Okay, so this n will be how much? N will be 140 minus 123, 70. Clear? Clear? So there will be 17 people who are not playing any of these sports. Okay. So let's have this question as a homework. Okay. Guys, try to solve this one. And अगर 2 set 3 set का अगर concept समझ में आ गया होगा तो I think you'll not find this question also very difficult to solve. Okay. तो solve करो इसको. And then if you guys are having some difficulties, some challenges, so you can reach out to me. ठीक है, या तो ग्रुप पे डिस्कस कर सकते हैं या फिर you can ask me directly as well. So no worries. ठीक है, so try solving this one. I'll share the deck. I'll share both the decks. Okay. So let's stop here today. Go enjoy your weekend. Okay, and study at the same time. Okay. चलो, thank you so much. I hope समझ में आया होगा वेन डायग्राम. ठीक है, हाँ दोनों क्लास के मैं शेयर कर देता हूँ. ठीक है, चलो बाय बाय एवरीवन, गुड नाइट. चलो बढ़िया है.